Tell you what, folks, I had my first betting account closed over the weekend. Was it over the weekend? Was it Monday? Over the weekend. When I say I had it closed, that's not strictly true. I closed it down. I logged on to Spreadex on Sunday, I think it was, looking to see if I'd tipped a horse on their anti-post. I don't think I would have done, but I went to look anyway because I couldn't find a horse that I thought I'd tipped, and it was one of the last bookmaker sites I was going to look at, and all of a sudden there's a big message there on the screen. Right, financial details needed. What do you earn? Where do you work at? How do you bet? Where do you get your money from? Who do you bank with? Blah, 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 blah. And I thought, no, I'm not having this at all. So anyway, I tried to close the message down so as I could just close the account down that day so I could log out. So I logged in and all these details come up. You couldn't get away from this message, you couldn't even log out. The only way I could log out was by going on live chat. I went on live chat. I said, I don't know what all this is about. I said, but I'm trying to log out. I can't. There's a message come up here. You want to know this, that and the other. I said, I don't work that way. I'm not into it at all. I said, I think you probably best just close my account down. And so they messaged me straight back. Well, no, there's no reason to do that. All it is some info. I said, no. I'm not interested. I said, look, if the owner, the boss man at Spreadex, sends me all his account details and what he earns and who he banks with and how he gets his money, I will gladly send you all mine back. I said, but I can't see him doing that. I said, I'm in my 60s now. I've bet all my life. I'm not a problem gambler. I know what I can and can't lose. I know what I do and don't want to lose. I said, you don't need all these details. I said, I'll tell you what, just close my account down. As soon as it gets to the stage where you go back to how things were, just get hold of me again. But I'm not going to come in chasing you. I said, just give me a bell, drop me an email, I'll come back on board. But until then, I'm not interested. And it's going to be the same. I said to them, whoever the betting company is, I'm not giving details of mine because they put my personal details and they are what they say, personal. Anyway, said they were sorry and that was it. And I know many of us have had accounts closed for the same reasons and we won't give details, but I've said it before. I find it so annoying when they're going through this at the moment with Parliament, with these white papers and the gambling reviews, and these bookmakers are worried that we're going to be subject to more reviews and told how little we can bet. You know, they're going to put limits on what we can bet, and these betting sites are worried to death about us being limited, because if we're limited and due to the fact the bulk of us lose, they're going to take less money. And I think to myself, it's unbelievable. These betting companies are chasing us all the time to get on board, get hold of our MPs, send emails in to say that we're unhappy, to sign petitions, to help them to take more money off us. But ultimately, if we get things past them and push through the way we want them, the betting companies they'll take as much money as we're allowed to throw at them if we're losing. But again, if we win, limit accounts, close accounts down. And I just think to myself, they're having it all ends up. They really are. In the defence of Spreadex, I had read recently that they'd acquired Sporting Index, but I've read more recently that there's issues with it. I think the watchdogs are saying it's not been acquired the right way, and they're doing a bit of an investigation against Spreadex at the moment for their acquisition of Sporting Index. So maybe because the spotlight's on them, that's something to do with what they're doing. But I've always found them to be a good company before now, Spreadex. And as I say, as soon as somebody asks me all that, I'm just gone. I don't need to bet that much. What I will say, folks, is if anyone's got this far, does anybody know of the best companies to bet with abroad? You know, they call the black market. Has anybody got any tips of companies that are out there that you can get a bet on with, but that pay up? That's the main thing, that pay up. And ideally, have a large sports book. Because we keep hearing about these black market companies. Obviously, they're not going to tell us in the Racing Post who they are, because the Racing Post is affiliated to all our betting companies. And obviously, they don't want people running away to the black market when we could be helping our betting companies over here, because that's what the Racing Post wants, because everyone's got the what sits their hands in the same trough, haven't they? Does anybody know any good offshore companies that, as I say, have a good sports book and do pay out? Not that I'm looking for one straight away, but the way things are going, it's something I'm going to be looking at. I'm pretty sure of that. Anyway, thanks for listening.